Hello, hello, this is Budgets with Grace, where I give you a glimpse of my life through the lens of my budget. My name's Grace. The screen you're seeing right now is of the software YNAB Budget, or YNAB as I'll call it. If you haven't tried YNAB before, there's a link in my description to get an extra free month after you've completed your already free trial. And it's a great way to try YNAB. If you don't use my link, use anybody on the YNAB YouTube community. They should all have it in their descriptions. So this is my first monthly recap video. I can't believe it's been a whole month since I started this channel, and I've already gained so many more subscribers than I thought I would, and it's just so fun to feel like I have a space to talk about my budget, because honestly, my boyfriend isn't as into it, and it's just a nice outlet for me. So I think I'll dive right into my reports. I'll start out in the YNAB reports, but then I would like to show the YNAB Toolkit reports, which I'll talk about in just a minute. So let's just look at last month. Say October to October. All right, and this seems like a pretty good breakdown to me. My immediate obligations were only 40% of my spending, and spending is different from the income that I have, so I didn't spend 40% of my income. It's just 40% of the total money I spent, which was less than my income. Goals, I believe this is really high because I contributed a lot to my Roth IRA, and that was like a huge goal for me, a huge accomplishment. Household spending, I know what this is. These are my shades, which I will pop a picture in right now of how beautiful those shades are. I'm so happy with them, and they're doing such a good job at keeping my condo a lot warmer. Having big, beautiful windows is lovely, but I just know that my bill is going to significantly decrease. We'll get into the details of these smaller ones. Let's see, that would be for my car registration, my true expenses. Cat spending, I ended up having to buy all of their consumable things that are not food or litter, which is like their litter genie refills and their water fountain refills and treats, the greenies. I bought all those things, and Forrest helped me. Forrest is my boyfriend. I always forget to mention, I think I switch between calling him Forrest and my boyfriend, but project spending was mostly my Halloween stuff, which I stayed pretty much on target for that. I'm really happy about that. And what is this tiny one? Giving. I gave $10. I believe I bought a mutual care mask and donated a mask when I bought one as well. So that's the totals. I haven't even looked at trends before. Ooh, I wonder, what if I just extend this to the last 3 months? No, November so doesn't count. Okay. Yeah, you can see how much more I spent on goals and household spending. Everything else looks pretty standard. Yeah, immediate obligations fluctuating a little bit, but other than that. All right, let's look at net worth. This is probably the most satisfying. You can see that in November, my assets have decreased, and this is probably just because I paid my mortgage recently and I haven't gotten, I guess I did get a paycheck already. Basically, I'm paying bills, but I haven't gotten my full paycheck yet. Income and expenses. Let's see. Again, I think I'm just going to look at October for this one. Creative Circle was my main source of income. Forrest is while he's my boyfriend and partner, we're not married, our assets aren't combined, so he pays me rent. And just a tiny bit of interest. I have a Wealthfront high interest savings account, or at least it used to be high interest before the pandemic affected the rates of the federal interest. So that's how it is for now. Giving, like I said, mutual care masks. Immediate obligation. I wonder where that fluctuation came in. Oh, I bet it was in the dry cat food. See, true expenses was those car tabs. A whopping $1,100 to my Roth IRA and $200 into my, I don't know if it's an index fund or mutual fund. I always get confused between those two. TBH, I don't know what it is. I feel really good about the amount I spent on food this month, like just a little bit with friends, and this is a little bit more than I planned, but it evens out with all of the other categories in food spending, which is all I care about. Cannabis is an issue. I did make a big purchase because we had a little Halloween get together, but also I'm just consuming a lot, and I go back and forth on this because I don't feel like it's a bad habit. Like, I'm still very productive and I feel very motivated still. It's not like it's affecting my life negatively, but in terms of my priorities and my finances, I can't help to look at that number and think, like, that is like a good chunk of what I could be saving to go to Europe, or what I could be saving to have the wedding of my dreams. So I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that going into November. See, clothing I also spent a lot on, but I got a lot of items that really needed to be replaced, and that's a good thing. House stuff, home decor, blinds for days. Woo! And let's see, I think if I go 1 month back, we can see, yep, there's the first set of blinds, and then we have the next set of blinds, and that total, there was a pillow that I bought in here, which is 15 bucks, so let's say like $1,010. It's so worth it. I love them so much. I just can't believe how expensive they were. Yep, like I said, treats, glitter genie, water, filter. Oh, I also took them to the vet to get their teeth cleaned, and it turned out they didn't need it, so this $54 is a lot less expensive than getting 2 cats' teeth cleaned. Project spending, craft supplies. I'm so proud that this is how much I spent on Halloween costumes. I'll put a picture up of the masks that I made. They were so fun. I am a huge fan of Breakfast at Tiffany's. I feel like that's a very millennial chick thing to be into, but I don't care. And yeah, we just had a couple friends over and played video games and hung out. And now I'd like to switch over to the YNAB Toolkit reports, which I like a lot more. Some of them overlap a lot, so I am going to skip through these. Like, I'll just quickly look at my net worth. So right now, my debt ratio is 42%. You can see in the top right corner. My total net worth is $12,119.42, which I feel great about. Last month it was just a couple $100 more, and I had a really high amount of income in October, like I was showing from Creative Circle, and I'll get one more full-time paycheck for that in November, but then I'll be going to part-time, and then, you know, hopefully I'll get another project that will be full-time, but that's where that's at right now. Inflow outflow is interesting. July I didn't spend as much, like my yeah, the difference was a lot more positive. Oh, the filters are all different. I thought they would carry through the different tabs up here, but they seem to be independent. So yeah, even though I spent all that money on those silly shades, they're not silly. Even though I spent all that money on those shades, it's still trending upward, which is great. I feel like we already did spending by category. I'll skip spending by payee. Let's look at income. No, this is the same as the other page as well. This is the one that I really like. So income breakdown, this is what I was saying in the spending by category group. It said that my immediate obligations were 40% of my spending. When I hover on here, I can see that they were only 24% of my income, and I'm very happy with that. It's just kind of fun to see, and I saved or budgeted to the future 38.57%. Also really happy about that. This is just great. And this one's a little bit overwhelming, so I'll just stay here for a minute. And yeah, this isn't my favorite chart, but it looks like my accounts are either holding steady. These are my student loans, which I haven't been touching. I'm not even showing the current months. So I'm not touching my student loans. And I spent a TJ Maxx card. That's funny, that's on there. Bank of America, I try to keep right at zero. You can see I just zero it out regularly. And Vanguard, starting to get some movement. And this, you can see, is starting to go up as I make those regular payments into my Roth IRA. And the Wealthfront savings, which is great because that is, even though it's a small amount of interest, hopefully they will adjust that when the government changes their policy. I don't really want to change around my bank account just so I can get a higher 1% interest rate. So those are all my reports that I want to go through. Like, bear with me, this is my first budget recap, and I don't know how I will do this going into the future, but now I'd like to go through my budget and address some changes and add some beautifying emojis. So the first one is Facebook fundraisers. And I just decided to do this one for my mom's birthday because she put one out there. I believe it was for a teen, at-risk teens support, like maybe housing, something like that, that helps support them. So I'm going to find a good emoji for that. I wonder if there's like a Facebook one. Or just the letter F. No. This is a bear, and this is kind of silly, but it made me think of like a Care Bear. Maybe I'll just do a heart. And I'll do a yellow heart. Cute. And I'd also like to add a goal for Adopt a Family and just make this $50 a month, monthly contribution. And now immediate obligations haven't changed at all. If you notice the super high overspending, it's because we just went to Costco, so I'm going to be getting a payment from my boyfriend Forrest very soon for that. True expenses, I added future car payment, so I think I'm going to steal the car emoji from registration, put that on there, and find something new for registration tabs. And I feel like I had an idea about that. I have a pager emoji, that's amazing. I know what I'll do. Police. Great. Goals, I've added so many, and unfortunately a lot of them are boring, like banks, and I'm not even sure if I'll do some of these, like down payment, that's very questionable. That could just be covered by my future category. I think I'll just remove that goal and hide it. Same with extra mortgage payment. After thinking about it a lot, I feel like my money is going to have a greater return investing it in my mutual fund or in my retirement account. So I might come back to that after I've paid off my student loans and purchased a few more things for my home. So it's just at the bottom. I think I will keep it there though. Let's see if there's any couch emojis. Cute couch and lamp. And I know there ought to be a TV emoji. Is there any like more modern television? Like, come on. Maybe at the bottom here. Nope. I guess not. So it looks like we're saving up to buy a clunker TV. For mortgage payment, I'll just do a house. Do not break glass. I could honestly just do another house for this and that should be fine. I don't have a lot of other ideas for stuff like that. And MeUndies. I wonder if they have underwear. I love it. I'm also like one of those people that's very particular about spacing and formatting, and I just like the way these look when there's a space between them. And it's nice and consistent. House stuff, I need to get more into because in addition to the blinds making it a lot warmer, they are revealing how humid it is in my home. So I'm going to move everything from MISC into house stuff. And it's not a home emergency, but I will take from true expenses. Maybe I'll take from that first before I take from MISC. And so actually, I won't move the whole amount. I'm trying to remember. I found a dehumidifier on eBay, which hopefully I'll get, and it was only $133, which usually it's like a $200 thing. So $133 would be like $68 on my part. So that is great. I'm so happy that I put that budget line there. Catio, I'm gonna hide. I decided to hold off on that. And the other thing I decided to hold off on was painting my wall. My friend wasn't able to come and see me to help me, and also I just think it's the winter and we won't want to have all the windows open to air things out, and like I said, it's humid in here, so the paint would take forever to dry. I'm just gonna hide that, and actually I guess I'll take 68 of that and put it into the home repair that I just took from. Cool. And I actually took the money that I put into the Facebook fundraiser, took that from groceries. So I will also put 15 of that into groceries to get that back up. Man, that Costco haul was a lot. Let's make sure. I also never use holding, TBH. I kind of liked the idea from other users, but it's not vibing with me. I guess I could find a vet emoji or doctor. Veterinarian and medicine. Prime Day, that could definitely have some shopping bags. Okay, now I think everything has an emoji. I also want to add a new spending category, and it will be car spending. So not cat spending, I already have that. It's car spending. And this is a similar idea that I had with the household spending. I have a few different things going on. I have a spending category for anything I need for the house. I also have an emergency fund specifically for the house. And I have a true expenses for the house. And I think that would be really good to have for my car. I already have true expenses, actually 2 of them for my car, and I already have an emergency for my car, but I don't have a spending category. And there's a few things that I think are going to come up, like accessories, like winter accessories. I'm thinking I might need a new scraper, and I think also in here maintenance, or let's call it auto shop. I do need to take it in. My belt is a little bit squeaky, which it's a brand new belt, so that should be okay, but they might need to scrape some rust off. It just gets so moist up here in the Pacific Northwest. What else? I'm not sure. I think I feel good about that for now. It's going to be a light category for now. I guess I could add some goals. I don't even want to add goals because it should be so infrequent. Maybe I'll put $17 into the accessories so I can start looking to see if I can find a good scraper, probably from Amazon. And I will go ahead and find some emojis. Let's do like, I think repair will, oh it didn't. I was thinking it would bring up the wrench. I love the toolbox, that's adorable, but I think this is more accurate. Accessories, car stuff, nothing. I kind of like police car light, as if I would ever buy that as a car accessory. That might change. I like to be a little silly with these things. I'll just put it under household spending, and that feels good to me. I'm very happy that my budget is re-beautified. It changes so much throughout the month, and I love that about YNAB. It's so easy to evolve with my life and so easy to update when I think of new things that I can budget for. And with all of my true expenses and all my goals, it just really regulates my entire life, and I don't have to worry about when unexpected or when bigger expenses come up. So thank you so much everyone for watching. If you've watched all the way through, it super supports my channel, so thank you. And if you could like, comment, subscribe, all the things, I'll catch you next time. Bye!